Well, Billy, I really appreciate all the time you've given me, but I do got to ask you real quick, maybe if it's just a total shot in the dark, who do you think wins this quarterback competition, Zach Calzada or Haynes King?
I think I've been going with Haynes King, and I don't like saying that because I've seen Calzada's kind of ascension since the start of last football season till now, and it's been pretty dang noticeable. It's been market improvement, and when you see that trajectory typically continues. You know, when you see that in a young guy and they turn this corner, especially with a coach like Jimbo, and he's got, as somebody described to me from day one, he's got a Sunday arm, no question. But what I like about Haynes is just the intangibles, how he checks every box, you know, in terms of coach's son, picked up Jimbo's very complicated offense almost overnight, which was that was something that had everybody kind of talking. But you start looking at all that, and then he can throw better than most running quarterbacks can throw, and he can, in other words, he can beat you throwing the ball. There's no question. This is not a guy that's a runner. He's a quarterback. He just doesn't have the Calzada arm, but he can throw and he can really run. The guy, I ran a 4.45 during the off season at about 6'3". He's not like a, you know, John Reese Plumlee type guy who's a shorter, more compact. This is a 6'3" kind of gangly guy that ran a 4.45. His speed is going to cause significant problems for defenses. It's going to give Jimbo all kinds of flexibility calling plays. And again, that's something that you can't really get a feel for in practice as to how dangerous and how problematic he's going to be for defenses and how much that's going to open things up for both him and the offense. So I think that's kind of a built-in advantage in that race because coaches know that when they're watching these two guys perform. And it's kind of like that thing that's always kind of hanging in the back of your mind. It reminds me of, you know, Kellen Mond versus Nick Starkel. It reminds me of Johnny Manziel versus Jameel Showers, you know, when Kevin Sumlin first got here. You have to understand there's a little something that you're just not going to see in practice. So if all things are equal, you know which way they're going to go. So to me, it puts the onus on Calzada where he's going to have to be noticeably better. And I think Haynes has a chance to be pretty special, I believe. But, you know, it's going to be what happens when the games are getting played and things like, you know, with Jimbo, man, it's going to be decision-making with the football at critical moments and who's going to throw the ball to the open tight end 8 yards down the field and not take the shot, the lower risk shot, 40 yards down the field, even though you've got one-on-one coverage, but there's the 8 wide open for a 14-yard gain. You know, those are the type things that'll set the two apart. But again, I think Haynes has the mental, I think he has the physical, and I think the guy's just kind of got that it factor in the huddle.